Hey there, Virgo. It's me here, Krystal Clear, ready to deliver Spirit's insight for you for June 2024. We're going to look at the energy coming into the month, the energy going out of the month, and then we'll pull a card for each week and some advice from Spirit. So, to get started, coming into the month of June 2024, Virgo, we have got choose peace. Coming into the month, it feels like, you're choosing peace starts with learning what doesn't cause you peace or what's causing you chaos or where do you feel like you're running a rat race. Or one of the things that Virgo is great at is prioritizing, but to choose peace means you have to prioritize it. And in order to prioritize it means you also have to decide what is not causing peace and where can you let go a bit to allow yourself to have more peace in your life. Where can you prioritize true self-care or prioritize your boundaries or prioritize your communication? All of these areas is where Spirit is showing me to choose peace. It feels like it's more of an emotional, mental, communicative type of peace that needs to be chosen. So as we leave the month, let's see what we've got for the energy for Virgo. And as we leave, we've got yoga. So might be nice to participate in some yoga if that's your jam to help you find peace. But what I like about yoga, the word yoga, and if you don't know, it means to like yoke, to bring together. And to find peace, bringing together your thoughts, your communication, and your actions. Those three areas is where Spirit is highlighting. Those are the areas where we can control what we choose. We can prioritize things. And so typically people have like one that they're really good at, either their belief systems, their communication skills, or like their actions and the things that they do. And then there's one area that is like a close, like we're close in doing it well enough or aligned enough. And then there's that third area that really needs some work. But if you can start with two and really choose to align with the yoga, bring them together to yoke, to unify your thoughts and your communication. So meaning what you're thinking, you are speaking, and what you're speaking, you are thinking, not to allow for your thoughts to be overrunning what you're actually saying and doing, things like that. That unification of the two can really get the ball rolling with the three. And then as those three align, that is where you're going to feel more peace. But the month of June for sure is all about peace and prioritizing it for the Virgos. So we're going to pull one card here, one for each week, just to break down the month and how does prioritizing peace look. So for the first week, oh, hello, we got cards jumping out at me. For the first week, we've got Four of Pentacles. The card that jumped out for the second week is the Knight of Wands. Hello. For the third week, we got the Queen of Swords. And for that last week, good, we have the Star, which, peace, harmony, I do feel like it's obtained. The good news is that the work that you do in June does pave the way to not only like choose peace, but to feel peace, to embrace peace, to unify, to yoke with peace. For the Four of Pentacles to come in, it's very interesting. I can see the pentacles, I can see the wands, I can see the swords, but I don't see any cups. So cups are emotions. Listen to your emotions. That is what's missing from this reading, is the emotions. And if you look to what your emotions are telling you and what you're feeling, I sense that there's these 3 weeks will bring us to that resolution for the fourth week with the Star. The reason why is because when we're not paying attention to our feelings, we are overachieving. And so when I see the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands especially, those are some overachieving. So I do feel like the actions is what's going to be required to, like, that might be the hardest of the three that we were talking about earlier, that aligning your thoughts and your words with that Queen of Swords is probably where you can excel the most. That's probably why Spirit gave us that example. But with the Four of Pentacles, this card does indicate that there's some areas where you might be feeding some scarcity of a mindset, where you might be holding on to finances or holding on to your wealth, or afraid of that a shift in finances or a shift in like your everyday spendings is like something you're holding on to so much that it's maybe causing you to overwork yourself or over prepare to overwork yourself. Like you're getting ready to overwork yourself, especially with that Knight of Wands. I do feel like the first 2 weeks of June, and it makes sense that coming into the month we have choose peace, is that there's this overwhelming need to do more, be more, and to prepare more for whatever is coming in the future, which can't really be seen just yet. But the first 2 weeks, that's really where Spirit's encouraging to choose peace. You don't have to continue to do more. You are just as part of nature and the universe as the flowers, as, you know, the stars, and there's abundance that cannot miss you, just as much as you can't force something that is not designed for you. So it's important to control what you can and to choose peace and to know that what you have is enough. And if you can do more, great, but not to look to your emotions. If you're feeling emotionally exhausted, if you're feeling even disconnected from emotions, like it's hard to connect to emotions, or maybe your emotions are overstimulated, that's very telling. That's the cups that's missing. So the Knight of Wands, after that reflection, so the Four of Pentacles indicates feeling that scarcity and you might be overdoing it. Look to your emotions where you're feeling overstimulated. And when you look to that and what you find, the Knight of Wands is like, let's fight the good fight. Let's take the effort in a more aligned manner, that we're fighting the good fight, fighting for the path forward, not just what we might feel obligated. There's a whole lot of yellow in this card, and really in this reading I see a whole lot of yellow, which is like obligations and family traditions. So it's possible that this scarcity mentality is something that has been following you, you know, through your childhood, through your life, but it's in some ways it has inspired you to think outside the box and for sure to be successful in many areas. But it's like, I feel like you're coming to the precipice with the star, that your intuition is coming in and it's saying, relax. We don't need to overly work for something. You have good skills. You are disciplined. You are prioritized. It's important to prioritize peace and relaxation. So the third week, we've got the Queen of Swords. I do feel like the third week is the turnaround week for you, Virgo, because the Queen of Swords is like getting control back or gaining control. And again, it's a little bit without emotion. Like the Queen of Swords is not very emotional, but she's intellectual and she's intuitive. So, and the star is very intuitive also. So it's like as you obtain some emotions and reflect on your emotions, as Spirit suggested, you're able to see intellectually and intuitively what boundaries need to be communicated. That keeps coming in. It could be with family members, is what I feel first and foremost. Next would be work. When I say family members, it's like the family that you're born into, not necessarily the family that you have or are creating, not the community around you and tribe like that, but more so the family that you like were born into. Those boundaries kick in for that third week of June, or you're going to need those boundaries that third week of June. And I can see why at the beginning Spirit was like, your beliefs and your communication is probably the two where you can really work, and that helps you with that third, like, what are we going to do about it? And I do feel like it's you and someone else are on like this same team. So this could be a partner in life, this could just be a partner at work, but there's someone close to you that's on your side that is helping you through this. And so finally, when we get to the fourth week, we've got the star. And so as you do this work to prioritize your peace, to unify your thoughts, your communication, and your actions, the star comes in and continues to guide you. It brings peace. It brings harmony. There's a sense of like a big sigh of relief comes in that you like are at the end of the month are like, okay, I am ready for like this next step. I'm ready for July. I'm ready for what comes next. I no longer feel emotionally drained. I feel rejuvenated. I feel connected. I feel better. I feel more peaceful. So June is definitely the setup to that shift. And it's going to be very important to prioritize that piece. So let's see Spirit's advice. We've got, oh my gosh, surrender the resistance. It's like, yeah, it's sometimes we got to practice being peaceful. We have to practice rest. And if we're not listening to our emotions and we're just too busy doing and saying, and overthinking different ways to do things and say things, we're forgetting the emotion. And the surrender the resistance is that emotional surrender. Let it out. Allow yourself to feel a little bit. Even maybe journal I feel statements. And it's I feel because I feel, right? It's as many times as you can say I feel. Make sure that you're keeping it reflective of yourself. We've got cultivate divine masculine. So there's the balance. It's like if you are, Virgo would definitely, although there is a big feminine quality to Virgo, of course, in the zodiac, Virgo tends to express themselves with a strong masculine energy because it protects that feminine energy. And surrender resistance and cultivate divine masculine. This is the magic of both. And I feel as if also this is the magic of what we think and what we actually say. And so like that cultivation of the two and the union and with the yoga is a very big theme for this month, to make sure that you're balancing that divine feminine, divine masculine, meaning your thoughts and what you do with them. And as well as the surrender, finding that peace and prioritizing what you actually put into practice. And finally, we've got radiate self-compassion. So while you're navigating June, you're going out your business, especially when you tap into that, your overall emotion, your energy, your emotional energy, and your feelings. When you're doing that, I feel if you choose to, allow yourself to radiate self-compassion, meaning Virgo, you don't have to do it all. You just need to do it well. And hopefully this gives you guidance this month as to really choosing peace, to choose peace well, so that your mental wellness and your physical well-being can excel. So I hope this helps, Virgo. I'm wishing you all the best, blessings, and love always. Take care.